What's up, YouTubers? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can build your own PC using all these parts. So here we have your regular standard case, nothing special. Here you have your SSD. This I'm going to be using to install Windows on, so it could boot up fast or whatever. I only got a 120 gig. Nothing, you can put games on. That's when this comes in play. This one right here, I have this. So you can install, there's a 1 terabyte hard drive. You can install all your games, your software, if you're into photography, if you're, whatever it is you're into. Let's put that on the side. This is your motherboard. You have a Asus M5A78L M+. So this I already got more like a kind of a budget thing because, computer parts as it is are expensive. Even though you get discounts on some of them you don't. I kind of got this more for like a budget one. This is a micro ATX motherboard, so nothing really fancy. In the back here it says it has efficient power all around. It says protects you from low EMI. I don't know what that is. Then you have the anti-surge protection. So overall, even though it was a budget one, it actually still benefits you in a way. It has USB 3.0. Oh, you guys see everything down here. Apparently because of Windows 7 already installed on it or on the CD. I'm actually going to be putting Windows 10 because it's the more updated one. So we have that. Let me also put this one on the side. Doing something I love to do. I love to build computers. I've been building them since I was little. So, well, not building them, but repairing them. This is actually my second PC I'm building. So this right here, we have an AMD FX Black Edition processor. This is unlocked out of the box. This is an 8-core processor running at baseline of 4 gigahertz speed. You can overclock this to 5. So this right here is a beast. If you want to play games, or you want to edit videos, or whatever it is you want to do, you have it right here. So that's good. You have an MSI right here. This is an MSI Radeon RX 570. This is an 8 gig graphic card. I'm gonna use my computer for gaming. If not gaming, I do builds. I watch like YouTube videos. I do homework when it comes to college. I'm currently a college student. So this is what I currently, I use this. I have another one of this on my computer. And the first computer I built, this is VR ready. I personally don't use VR, so I don't know. But overall, this actually does good. It has good frame rate. It doesn't lag. So far that I used it, and never lagged. Especially combining it with this processor, never really lagged. Because I built the same exact PC for a client. Well, yes, he's a client, but he's also a coworker, so I built it for him. And I've tested it out. I run performance tests and all that. It actually runs good, so that's a plus. Never lagged so far. It boots up fast. I didn't use the same exact SSD. This is a different one. This is more of a name brand type of thing. But the one I use is called Team. Also 120 gig SSD. This is apparently faster by a little bit, but we'll test that out in a bit. So that's what we're gonna use. Push that aside. Oh, and the MSI graphic card, you can actually overclock it. Where is it? Right here. OC edition, you can overclock it, which is good. And in the back here, it says it has advanced airflow technology. It says heatsink with advanced airflow control. So there you go. We have this right here, and as you can see, it's still packaged brand new. So all these parts are brand new. Nothing is pre-owned. I have right here, this is gonna be a 16 gigs of RAM. So again, a lot of RAM, a lot of space you can work with, play games. And in the back here it says gamer certified. So that's a plus. This is 16 gigs RAM, DDR3 running at 1866 megahertz. So if you guys know a lot about computers, it's not the best RAM, but it's definitely not the worst RAM you can get out there. So putting this aside, I also got that for more of a budget reason. So then now we're down here to the case. I also got more of a budget. Normally when you're building computers or whatnot, people tell you buy a extra power supply just in case, because sometimes the one that comes with the computer builds or the cases aren't, really as good. But I've never tried the power supply, even though I built another one with the same case and all that. I actually got another power supply. So this one should be already installed on it. But we're gonna actually use this right here, this build. So it only has one fan in the back. So after building all this, it's gonna still run smooth. If you want your build to be quiet, I'd highly recommend you add another. So you can add 2 fans here in the front. You can add one right here in the top. So these are empty right now. Doesn't come with it. The only standard one it comes with is the one in the back. First thing we're gonna start with is right here. It's the motherboard, because you want to get everything set up. Let me move this to the side right here. You want to get everything set up first. So I actually left my screwdriver right there next to the camera, which sucks. I don't want to drop anything. So straight out the box, this is the motherboard. Also, what you want to do, especially if you're using bare hands, you want to touch the case or anything like that, because you don't want to accidentally shock the motherboard and you fry the whole system. Then, even though this one says it has the anti thing, you never really know. So here goes your shield for the back right here on the case. I may put it, may not put it. The last one was actually hard. Those are actually sort of difficult to put on depending on the build. So let's drop this box on the side right here. So you have right here, this is your summary of updates and warranty information. This we can also put on the side as well. So right here you have the motherboard, which I think it has an onboard video card, because my actual personal computer build does not have none of these ports in the back. It is an ATX motherboard, so there's like no reason for it not to have this. Ouch, ouch, the pins on the bottom is poking me. So the Max's motherboard could support, it is an AM3 plus socket, so it would have to be AM3 plus socket processor chips, which this is actually AM3 plus. Other than that, it really wouldn't work for anything if you try to use AM4 or AM2. So yeah, this is actually that socket. You do have 4 RAM sticks right here. Let me try to hold it up right here. You have 4 RAM sticks right here. The max this can support is DDR3 and 32 gigs of RAM. This, it actually comes with 2 SATA cables. SATA meaning hard drives and all that. So this is why I got 2 hard drives. It's actually cool. So this comes with 2 SATA cables. One you can plug on the hard drive, which I will, on the 1 terabyte. This one will actually go in the SSD and connect straight to the motherboard. That way when you turn it on, you got the Windows loading up, it is fast. Here goes your CPU socket. This right here, you just gotta pick this little needle up right here, and there you guys go. It's ready to be, you just unlock the socket, you just slide in the CPU, and then you pull this right back down. These two are the CPU cooler brackets. If you're gonna use a different CPU cooler from this, which probably recommended, but I'm not gonna do that because it still keeps it cool. If you have the money and you wanna invest more on a quiet PC, I recommend you get a better CPU cooler, because you never know, maybe even water, liquid cooling CPU, if that's your type of thing. I don't know how to mess with liquid cooling CPUs or anything like that, so take that as your own risk again. So here we go. I'm gonna lay this flat. I'm gonna try my best because I don't have a cameraman, so I'm gonna try my best. There we go. Let's throw this box on the side. So here we go. This right here is your CPU cooler. Is, you guys can see in the fan right here in the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry, I probably should have got a cameraman. You have the thermal paste right here. If you can see the gray little square, that is the thermal paste already applied on the CPU cooler. So I don't want to open this yet, but I want to open it. So to give you guys a better view, there it is right there. Again, the gray is the thermal paste right there, so I don't have to apply it. It already comes pre-applied. And this little guy right here is the main part. This is the CPU. So this is a sticker. If you want, you can even stick it on the case so people can know what kind of processor is inside. But here you guys go. One little tip on how to install this, which I actually learned the hard way when I had to repair my laptop. I had to buy 3 CPUs because I kept failing at this. You want to grab it by the sides. Please be very careful if you're doing this at home. This is quite a little bit heavy. These are not light. So you have all these little gold pins right here. They're easily bendable. You can slip a little bit and you pop one of them off, and then it will no longer be good. I don't know if it's still gonna work. Some people say it might. I mean, I guess it'll probably work, just not to the full potential it has. And some people just say you totally fried it. So right down here, I don't know if you can see it. I should really have gotten the cameraman. Right down here, there's a little white arrow pointing down. When you're gonna install the CPU here, you're gonna look in the motherboard, and it's gonna have a little white arrow as well. All you basically have to do is align it. Please be careful Once you think it's in, you just move the top a little bit or pull it from the sides a little bit, like so. Let me actually show you guys here. So once you install it, you're gonna wanna do a little tug. It's good, nice and fit. You close this little pin down, boom. Now if you technically want, if you guys actually look at the CPU on the top right here, you guys can actually, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. If you guys can see, come on, focus. If you guys can actually see on the top right here, I don't want to touch it. If you actually see, you see some of the gold pins have been moved. You probably see it better if I hold it like this. See how this looks nice and flush, this side nice and even, and then you have on this side right here, you have some of them that's like broken. This is exactly why you should be careful. This processor is not even cheap anyway, so if they don't want to accept this back and give me a new processor, this is actually terrible news, because this is a 8-core processor running at 4 gigahertz. So this is a high performing CPU. It's not really anything cheap or anything like that, but this is exactly why you want to be careful, because when things like this happen, when the pins move, it does not want to insert in the motherboard. That's why I was having difficulties there. So I'm gonna try to send it back. If I can't get anything, wow, this is so frustrating.